The rules are simple. You must place this big stone on the platform using only your arms. At first glance, the game seems easy, but since the stone weighs over 365 pounds, it actually requires a lot of strength and endurance. According to mythology, whoever can lift this object will have all their wishes granted. But will the man succeed?
Oh, look.
And look, the man finally manages to perfectly balance the stone. This...
Never did we think we'd have hard candy chocolate. That's a real brain buster.
34 years of research and development. Oh! Well, look at that.
Oh my God, here I go.
Is it cold or is it hot? Visual representation of how generational trauma is passed down. Our mom, our grandmas, our grandpas, they took more of the brunt of it. Is it crazy that for me, I'm like, I know generational trauma is loud, but it's also quiet, if you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, nobody really talks about the fact that, oh, this family is toxic. There's probably things we need to work on. Nobody talks about that. And if you do try to talk about it, it's like, we don't talk about that. So when I see that and he's dropping the ice and it's loud, I'm like, that's not a very... I feel quite opposite. I feel like it's more of, it's the thing that nobody talks about it, and that's why generational trauma keeps happening, because it's just kind of like it's underneath, and it should be talked about, but then you don't talk about it till later when it should have been. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of you might get me, some of you might not get me, but that's what I'm trying to say. I feel like it's something that we don't talk about enough, so it's like quiet. It's like, shh. It should have been out in the open, not screaming at this point where that's like some generational trauma is right in your face, and I have some of that too, but I'm saying like a lot of it's dark. A lot of it's quiet. What is this? What's going on here? What the heck? Where's the sound? There's no sound. I think they love this job because they keep finding money. So this is obvious. A girl that's cleaning up the aisles and everything after the movies. It's obvious what's going on here. But she must find some money. I don't know why there's no sound. Ew, that's too much though. That's play money. Okay. Is this real? West Hollywood, California. People just be leaving that kind of stuff around? Like, get it together. Look at everything. She said, I make big at the end of the night after cleaning all of this stuff. I know that's right.
Are you from the old timeline or are you from the new timeline? Let me ask you, where is your heart? Okay, so let's talk about these Mandela effects that had me freaking out for a long time. Apparently, the heart is no longer on the left side of the chest, it's straight in the middle. If you don't believe me, Google it. And if you are saying it's always been the middle, well, you're from the new timeline. In our old world, our heart was on the left. Okay, you ready for the next one? Our kidneys. In our old timeline, our kidneys were in our lower back. In the new timeline, the new world, the kidneys are up, almost behind the lungs. I know, it's insane. And whoever's from the new timeline, please stop saying it's always been there. No, you're new. Our two worlds merged together between May and September of last year. Now, I truly think that when the CERN turned on the kaleidoscope and they were monkeying around with the God particle, I think they shifted us in a new timeline and we merged. Some of us are from old Earth and some of us are from new Earth. The way I distinguish one and the other is I ask people, where is your heart? If they say in the center and it's always been there, like they're convinced of it, they're from the new timeline. If they say it's on the left, okay, you're my homie. You're from the old timeline, from the old world, what I call the real world. Are you from the old timeline?
Oh, that just gave me chills. Oh my gosh. Mold creates miracles. 4 weeks mold aged bluefin tuna. Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Why is this sound feeling like this? I can't. This is too much. Oh. Did you see that? Please. Oh my god. This isn't real. I don't know. He makes it look beautiful, but did you see? You saw the mold like I saw.
An Airbnb host in Adelaide's western suburbs has accused one of his guests of stealing thousands of dollars worth of property from his home. The matter's being investigated by police.
Security vision appears to show children and adults taking belongings to a van after a midweek break. The owner of the Airbnb claims it's a...
This takes taking the little soaps and stuff from the hotel to all-time high. That's what this is. They're like, well, we're not just going to take a couple towels. Maybe even a robe. Maybe we're going big time here. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe we're stepping out and we're taking more things than just the little soaps. This is a different level at Airbnb because there is a lot that you could take if you were to be such type of person.
Daylight robbery from his home by holiday renters.
Truth is stranger than fiction, and it's just be careful who you let in your home.
John Dawes says he rented out his Lockleys home for a 2-night stay last Thursday. He claims that when he returned on Saturday, around $25,000 worth of property was gone. Police are now investigating the allegations.
All of my daughter's clothes, all of my daughter's makeup,
That's
her
$25,000
all
bigger
of my
items.
power tools, all gone.
The father of two says he called the woman who booked the house and recorded their conversation with permission. The exchange became heated.
So what footage do you actually have of this stuff being stolen? Because unless you've got hidden cameras inside the house, okay, then you won't know what's missing and what's not.
I can see they're my possessions because...
Oh, do you see that? They found a loophole. Oh my God, are you serious? They're like, there's not supposed to be cameras in the house. So if I want to go in and I want to case this joint and rob this joint, nobody should know because technically there's not any cameras. And if there are, I'm going to make a stink of it. Do you see what a criminal would do to go to those levels? Even though I'm going to tell you this, and I think I've said this in another video, I remember meeting a potential client because y'all know I own a cleaning business. And she was telling me that somebody that she knew who had an Airbnb, that they had cameras in their house. And I'm like, you're not allowed to have cameras in your house. Now, I'm thinking if you had them directed like at the front door or if they were directed out or like the back door, you know, out the back door, not inside the home, that should be okay. But in the house, I don't know where that's legal. I have never cleaned a place where there's been cameras inside the house. That's just like an invasion of privacy. I don't know. So for him to say $25,000 too, and then what he named off was first his daughter's clothes. He didn't say like they took laptops, they took TVs, they took technology, they took high price items. He said his daughter's clothes. Sir, I smell an insurance scam. Okay. I'm smelling fraud. That's what I'm smelling. Oh my goodness.
Because they're wearing my children's clothes or carrying distinctive items of my children's or wheeling out suitcases that we bought for our trip to Europe.
The recording indicates the woman conceded if something was taken, it wasn't her.
Someone had come in that I was totally unaware of and stole his stuff, but that's fine. It's going to be back to you within an hour.
And they returned about $1,000 worth.
10 News First has made multiple attempts to contact the woman but is yet to receive a response. It comes just a week after reports of an unrelated incident where Westlake's Airbnb was trashed by a group of teenagers.
No.
The owner in Lockleys wants Airbnb to step in.
Almost no contact from Airbnb in the last 48 hours.
Airbnb says it's working with the host and alleged incidents like this are rare. Rebecca Wilson for 10 News First.
I remember back in the day being teenagers, you partied at your friend's house, stuff like that. that. And then people, like if somebody was older, they would rent hotels, but not really Airbnbs, because you have to have somebody who's older. It's a pretty huge deposit. I can't imagine a bunch of teenagers going there, but I do know there are workarounds because they're teenagers and they find workarounds. But I'm just thinking, for the most part, it's not usually something that's rented by teenagers. Now, I've heard of clients who say they don't have bachelorette parties anymore at their locations because girls be going crazy. Okay, so I've heard of that, but I don't know about all that. I don't know about having teenagers rent there. That poor guy, he just hasn't had the best of luck. Just not at all, and not the
This
best.
woman wore a $13 ring for 30 years and looked down and realized she was actually a millionaire.
You're not gonna need a part 2. A lady named Deborah was very broke, but she wanted some jewelry. She went to a flea market in London and saw a cheap ring she liked. The seller knew that it was beat up, plastic, and even fake, so he sold it to her for just $13. She gave him the last of her money and swore that one day she would buy that ring in the real version. One night when Deborah was walking home, an old man started following her. He tried robbing her of her ring, but she told him it was fake and it was from the flea market, so he just left her alone. Fast forward to 30 years later, Deborah was stressing out about her bills and remembered when the man tried robbing her of that ring. Since the man thought it was real, maybe it could be, so she decided to get it inspected. It turned out it was a 26-carat diamond from the 19th century. Deborah was in such disbelief and she brought the ring to an auction. And guess what? That $13 fake ring sold for $900,000. Follow me to end part 2s.
Go, Deborah.
This woman wore a
Deborah said,
$13
listen, I bought that ring and I was going to manifest it to her. One day I'd be able to buy a real version. The manifestation, it completed itself to where she was able to do much more than that. As soon as she found out that ring wasn't real, the value, she's like, let me go take this and see if I can get it auctioned. Get it auctioned off. Go ahead. Oh my gosh, I just feel like it's things like that that just happen to the most randomest people, and it was meant to happen. It was meant to happen. I lost complete track of time, and we've just been sitting here watching all these videos. If this was your first time here, welcome to my channel. If you're a return customer, welcome back. I appreciate you. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button so you can see the content that we drop. My husband sets up all of these videos, and then you and I get the opportunity to watch them together. I have no clue what he's going to put in front of us. I just don't know, but I appreciate you for watching it with me. Until next time, peace out.